So the 2-day mastermind has come to a close. We are wrapped up, myself, Ibi and Abdu. Just going to give you a bit of a recap as to how the mastermind went. These 2 days have literally flown by. You are going to get a full behind the scenes extra video on the YouTube channel coming very soon. So rest assured you'll be able to see everything that we got up to, the conversations, the high level things that were happening behind the scenes. You're going to get an insight into that. But really and truly, what an experience, because we've been visualizing this for the whole year. We set out to make sure that, you can't see it right now, but Aura Sky Pool, right? 360 view. That was our focus. We wanted to make sure that we have funded traders that are there deliberately, and they're in a position. And myself, Abdu and Ibi have been working our ass off all year, making sure, whether it's one-to-one coaching, whether it's FX Live, weekly content, recaps, infrastructure, one-to-ones through DMs, support as a whole, providing students with that resource that they need to get there. And they've done it, they put the work in. So for us to be able to experience that and see it literally come into fruition, what a beautiful experience. I think this is going to go down as one of the big ones, because we've had such a breakthrough year of people getting capital allocation as well. And Falcon is just going to carry on moving forward. We've got Falcon Yacht Party 2024 that we've decided as well, and we're going to get closer and closer towards that 100 million fund. Ibi, how do you think the day went? Well, the 2 days, how do you think it went overall?
It's the best experience I've had, definitely. Honestly, like, I was sat in the room thinking today that this time next year, I don't know how many percentage of those people, but a lot of the people in that room will be trading $1 million plus. And the best part about it is that, remember 4 or 5 years ago, when people had betted against Falcon's uprise per se, and had betted for its downfall, and so many people said, leave Falcon, it's not the place to be, and I was stuck in the middle of that. And I wasn't profitable at the time. I'd literally left college a year before that, or a year or two before that. And I wasn't in the position to essentially trust myself to make the right decision, right? Let's put it that way. The odds were not in my favor. And I sat and I thought for a second, and I looked around and thought, well, this is professional. I'm in the right place. Mark's got the right values. The people here are good. And I made a judgment and I went with it. And I'm so glad I stuck with that, because where Falcon is now compared to where it was even 3, 4, 5 years ago, I mean, we've stayed consistent, right? And that's the main thing. I challenge any one of you, okay, that go back and find any educator that you want, and most of them that you'll find 3, 4 years ago probably weren't even trading, and even if they were, they're saying completely different things to what they're saying now. So our consistency has literally shone through, and now the people that were in there today, you found that they took away so much value from everything that was given, all the advice from Mark and Abdu in terms of capital allocation, where to invest the capital, properties. Like, that's like 10, 20 years of experience condensed into like one full day there that you've got, let alone all the mini conversations around it as well. So they've got everything they need to take away, and it's going to be absolutely amazing to see where they are next year.
Yeah, love that. Absolutely love that. Abdu, before you cover your point, for those of you that may not be aware, we have Falcon Mechanics coming out on the 28th of November. So for those of you, you literally have a few days before we have our price increase. First time in 5 years that Falcon's increasing its price, and our infrastructure is second to none. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So make sure, for those of you that have been sitting on the fence and that you want to find a place where you can come to events like this, you have to put yourself in that environment. You being on YouTube in the background is not going to do that for you. Like, there has to be at some point where you go, enough is enough. I need to be around the right people. And those guys that have been at the mastermind, they've just done that. They've just listened well and applied themselves, and now they're in that position. And next year, guess what? You're going to either be someone that spectates on that, and you literally watch people go up a level and get to 7 figures and live the life that you want to live, but you sat there and not made a decision. At some point, you have to take charge of your future. So Falcon Mechanics is going to be absolutely epic. Abdu, summarize the 2 days.
I would say, funny enough, you said that last bit, which is being around the right people. For those that know, right, last year was my first in-person event. I had not really, I'd been part of the team for a while, but I'd not seen people because I live in Canada, right? And seeing those people last year and what they said they would accomplish this year, and then having those people here having actually accomplished it, it's such an incredible feeling, because it's not just manifesting to say, hey, you're going to do this thing, but being actually around the right people. So even at some point when I said certain things around the room, I was like, you all do these things. This is no coincidence. It wasn't a coincidence that 100% of the people in the room worked out, that 100% of people traded a certain way, that looked at the market in a certain way, that weren't exhibiting reckless behaviors. And I think the second part that was so surreal was almost how eye-opening it was for them that we showed them the next levels, because it's become so common in the industry to feel like, hey, you get your funded account and you live the life.
And that's it, yeah.
And I realized that more and more in a lot of the conversation we had, that a lot of the knowledge that we deem, or that seems a bit idiotic at times, most people don't realize because they never actually get to that level to realize why it doesn't work. You know, certain things actually only work on smaller capital. When I say smaller capital, I kind of mean like 100K and stuff. You know, not like 5K, 10K. I'm talking like 6 figures where you can do stupid things on that capital and it goes unpunished. But what we showed them today, the excitement that they had for next year, they were already like, man, I can do so much more. And they realized how many more levels there actually are beyond what you kind of see at the surface level on social media. I think that was the side that was just so exciting to teach. And as a teacher, right, because at the end of the day, that's what we do, we teach, is seeing the growth of those people and the change that it actually does in their life. What started as a concept once upon a time to one day you'll trade funded capital, you know, to one day you'll scale up a bit more, to the next part. Now today we talked about portfolio diversification. Today I was almost going to leak what we're going to do next, but you know, keep that part there. Those step by step, year by year, I think it's been one of the most incredible experiences to see that. So that's kind of my answer for that.
Yeah, no, I love that. They've got the clarity, and that's what it's really about. For us to summarize that, what I'm really pleased that the guys that have got here going into 2024, they've got clarity. They know the exact steps, what they need to do, they know how much capital they need to be trading, and they've got a clear pathway as to when they're making money, what to do with it, how to make sure they diversify it into the right type of assets. This is high level stuff that you're not going to learn anywhere else, because unfortunately in this industry, they can't teach you something they don't know. So again, because we are traders, we live and breathe it, this is what we do, we knowledge transfer that across to our students. So as we improve and get better, because of our mentality and our values, we're going to look after our students. And that's how we've done for years. It's been 7 years. We're going to continue to do it. So thank you for tuning in behind the scenes, and expect a much more detailed video coming very soon, and you're going to see everything that we got up to.